What's up, everyone? This is Julio from Language Athlete. I hope you guys are rocking it like a boss. Today, we're going to be having a practice of ser, estar, and the present. What we have done in the previous classes or the previous sessions of this is we first of all saw how to conjugate regular verbs in presence, like I do, I eat, I run, etc. My apologies. The second thing we learned was how to use the ser and estar. That was last session. What we're gonna do today, and then we also saw practice, right, with the ser estar, like how to choose one ser, how to choose estar, etc. What we're gonna do today is 10 sentences. Let me just post this. I can hear myself in the other screen. My apologies. What we're gonna do today is 10 sentences in which I'm gonna be using ser, estar, and also just regular verbs. The intention of this is for you to see how you can actually just, with a little bit of learning, start speaking, right? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna read it 10 sentences separately. I'm gonna say it first in English, so you have a moment to think about, how would I say that in Spanish? You can pause it even, and then I say it in Spanish. I say the second one in English, second one in Spanish, so on and so forth. In the end, when I'm done with that, I'm going to do it again, but then I'm going to do it all in Spanish so that if you want to watch this video a couple of times, you can just, kind of review if you can understand what I'm saying, etc., etc., etc. My recommendation is for you to practice, repeating it, and also practice saying it with other person. Like, instead of, if I say, I am Julio, you practice saying you are Julio, or you practice saying he is Julio, just to play with other conjugations. And in the end, I'm going to check a little bit of some of the sentences because some of them have an irregular verb there that I wanted you to see, etc. So, having said that, I'm going to start with the sentences by themselves, and I hope this is useful. You will notice this is a little bit of a conversation that you can use to give information about yourself. And let's begin. Hello, good morning. Hola, buenos días. Hola, buenos días. My name is Julio. Mi nombre es Julio. Mi nombre es Julio. I'm Mexican and I live in Ciudad Juarez. Soy mexicano y vivo en Ciudad Juárez. Soy mexicano y vivo en Ciudad Juárez. In this moment, I am in my house. En este momento, estoy en mi casa. En este momento, estoy en mi casa. I'm an entrepreneur. I have an online school. Soy emprendedor. Tengo una escuela en línea. Soy emprendedor. Tengo una escuela en línea. I work every day. Trabajo todos los días. Trabajo todos los días. I enjoy my work a lot. Disfruto mucho mi trabajo. Disfruto mucho mi trabajo. When I have time, I like to watch movies. Cuando tengo tiempo, me gusta ver películas. Cuando tengo tiempo, me gusta ver películas. Regularly, I work out. Regularmente, hago ejercicio. On the weekends, I'm always with my girlfriend. Los fines de semana, siempre estoy con mi novia. Los fines de semana, siempre estoy con mi novia. She's very intelligent, she's very funny, and she's very pretty. Ella es muy inteligente, es muy graciosa, y es muy bonita. She lives in other city. Ella vive en otra ciudad. So this was the first part. By the way, this script you can find it in the description of the video, so you can just check it out there as I read. Now I'm going to read it again, but I'm just going to go fully in Spanish. I'm going to go slow. As I said, the recommendation with this is you can do it already, or you can do it later if you watch the video again. Do it like you do with songs. Try to just kind of like read along, then read without, listen without reading, etc., etc., etc. And here we go. Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es Julio. Soy mexicano y vivo en Ciudad Juárez. En este momento Estoy en mi casa. Soy emprendedor. Tengo una escuela en línea. Trabajo todos los días. Disfruto mucho mi trabajo. Cuando tengo tiempo, me gusta ver películas. Regularmente hago ejercicio. Los fines de semana siempre estoy con mi novia. Ella es muy inteligente, es muy graciosa y es muy bonita. Ella vive en otra ciudad. Now, guys, this was the second part, which is me saying it directly in Spanish. The third part is going to be super quick. I'm just going to tell you which sentences are just regular, you don't have to think about them, and which ones you do have to think about them. God, I love coffee. So, first sentence, of course, hola, buenos días, not much to say. Mi nombre es Julio. We're using to be verb. We're using es because as we saw in the video of the to be verb, it's a definition. Try to play with that phrase a lot, guys. When you learn a phrase like "Mi nombre es Julio," or phrases that are kind of scripted, like "What's your name? Where do you come from?" Blah blah blah. There's a lot of grammar there that you're learning. So you think about it. Me is a possessive. Nombre is a noun. Es is a verb. Julio is an idiot. So if I say mi nombre es Julio, you can say tu nombre es Julio. Your name is Julio, or su nombre es Julio. His name is Julio. Or I can change name for amigo. Instead of saying tu nombre es Julio, I can say tu amigo es Julio, or mi amigo es Julio. Or I can say the profession, right? Like mi amigo es profesor. My friend's a teacher. So play with the structures that you learn. That's going to help you a lot. Number three, soy mexicano y vivo en Ciudad Juarez. You're going to notice that from this sentence on, I do not use a pronoun. I don't say yo soy mexicano, yo vivo en Ciudad Juarez. I just say soy mexicano, vivo en Ciudad Juarez. The reason for this is because in English you need the pronoun with a very small fragment of exceptions, which is when you have a line of events or a line of actions or stuff like that. But in Spanish, if the pronoun is obvious, you do not use it, which is most of the times because the conjugation itself gives it away. So we would only use pronouns to begin presenting somebody or to emphasize on, like, he does it, she does it, right? But other than that, we omit them. So instead of saying yo soy mexicano, I just say soy mexicano. Soy is a conjugation for I. Obviously, it's me. The next one, en este momento estoy en mi casa. Now that's the verb estar. Why? Because that's where I am. Now that's not who I am. Soy emprendedor. Back to soy. Why? Because that's what I am. I'm an entrepreneur. That's my perception of myself, and that is how I speak when I stutter. Tengo. The next one, and you, as I said, you can see this in the description of the video. Tengo una escuela en línea. Tener is an irregular verb in several ways. So the conjugation, we'll see it soon, is tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tienen. Tienen, I just wanted to use it because it's a super common verb. So tengo, 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 you have it there in the description, is I have. And I recommend you to play with that a little bit. Tengo una casa, tengo un amigo, tengo un carro, whatever you have. Trabajo todos los días. I work every day. Don't use a pronoun. Disfruto mucho mi trabajo. I enjoy my work a lot. Cuando tengo tiempo, when I have time, another time, the usage of the have. Me gusta ver películas. That's a very important one. At some point, I'm going to make a video about that. It's such a complex subject. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's elaborated at least. It takes time to understand it. Because what happens is that gustar in English is more of an active action. So you like things. In Spanish, actually, things please you rather than you liking them. So it's a little bit tricky. You just got to learn the theory and then you're gonna be fine. But for now, just know that if you like something that is one thing, like, my apologies, like a car or like an action, me gusta. If you like things that are plural, like shoes, me gustan with an N in the end. And then in some future, we're going to see the whys and the wherefores of these verbs. One of my favorite things to study, the verb gustar, is definitely something to study. So it's got a couple of things there to pay attention to. Where am I? There. Very good. Regularly, I work out. Regularmente hago ejercicio. Same thing with hago. It's a verb that is irregular for the first person. So the verb is hacer, Hacer, the original verb. And then for the first person, you change it completely, hago. But then for the rest of the verbs, for the rest of the conjugations, it's a regular verb. Haces, hace, hacemos. So it's just irregular for the first person. Los fines de semana siempre estoy con mi novia. I am, that's where I am. Ella es muy inteligente. That's what I consider her to be inherently. She is intelligent. She is funny. She is pretty. Those are things that I consider characteristics of her person. And she lives in another city, unfortunately. So, my recommendation with this, as I said, is listen to it several times, repeat it, say it with different conjugations. And another thing is that without a teacher, you can just go to Google Translate and look for question words like how do you say what, how do you say who, how do you say when, where, etc. And for example, where it says vivo en Ciudad Juarez, you yourself can make the question ¿Dónde vives? Where it says en este momento estoy en mi casa, you can say ¿Dónde estás? Where it says soy emprendedor, well, that would be a funny one to say ¿Qué eres? I'll explain that in another session. Trabajo todos los días, you can say ¿Cuándo trabajas? ¿Dónde trabajas? ¿Por qué trabajas? Asking questions in Spanish is the easiest thing. You know, all you got to do is put the question word in the beginning, add a little sass to it, you're good to go. So all of these sentences that we saw today, you can just check on that. I enjoy my work a lot. Disfruto mucho mi trabajo. You can just ask a question to that, like, ¿disfrutas tu trabajo? Like, do you enjoy your job? Um, Cuando tengo tiempo, me gusta ver películas. So, when do you have time? Cuando tienes tiempo? So on and so forth. Play with that. I'm gonna close the call in a minute. So if anybody has any questions, I see one person connected, which is beautiful. If you have any questions, please feel free to throw it in so that I can answer it. If you don't, feel free to leave a comment in the end. Please leave a like and subscribe and share and let me know if there's any subject that you would like to talk about or practice. I love explaining things and practicing, so anything you throw me in, I'll do it. That sounded weird. Anyway, we have languageathlete.com. You can go there, check our information, ask for classes. Of course, we have this channel, and we're going to be trying to put more material in. And yeah, study like an athlete. This is the project teaching a million people Spanish. Hopefully, we can do it by the year 3700 and have an excellent day.